Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. The moment is here. I mean, it feels like it's been forever, and then all of a sudden it feels like it's come too quick. We are here.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. We've done loads of stuff, haven't we, over this break period? So we've kept ourselves busy on the channel, dropped quizzes, and just loads of stuff. Had loads of guests on. We've not really had a break, have we, Paul? We've kept it quite busy, this channel.
No, well, I think anything would seem like a break after the last relegation battle and the Bournemouth game and everything else. But it's nice to be home, if you like, and lots of people coming on and joining us for first pre-match of the season.
It does feel like, just retweeting it on Twitter now, it does feel like, get over here from Twitter as well. It feels like it's back to business. It generally does feel like it's back to work. I don't know if you feel the same, because last season, me and you were stuck together, and people, some of the subscribers as well, was confident with us. We're stuck together and focused on staying up. And it was just so hard, wasn't it? It's like getting behind them to stay up. But it feels like, for me, you could be relaxed now because we've got a whole season ahead of us. But I'm not. I'm literally like, I don't want to be in that situation again. And I'm like focused here. Every game matters. And I feel like we've got to give a full-on hardcore speech now for the start of the season on the channel. That's literally how I feel.
Because every game like a relegation battle game.
Yeah, well, I do. But do you know what I think? And this is deep straight away, but this channel's quite Everton fan serious. And when you come towards the end of the season and Doucouré's goal keeps us up, and me and you were sitting next to each other at half time, that Bournemouth game, and we're looking at each other and saying, a goal keeps us in the Premier League. It makes you realise that every shot matters. The player missing, putting it in the back of the net matters. Every pass matters. Sometimes when a player doesn't track back and leaves a player behind and you concede a goal, matters. Every run, every pass, every tackle, every shot where you can score matters. And generally, even from minute one, this start of this season, everything does matter because we learn it at the end of the season. It's twice now where you realise everything you've done throughout the whole season does matter when it comes to two games. You having two games to stay up. So that's why I do think now, if we take it, I don't think last season, Paul, we acted like we was in a relegation battle from the start of the season. I thought it was like, we won't be in that situation again. And I don't think we played like we was in a relegation battle. Do you, last season under Lampard?
No, in the first half of it, no chance. Everything from Christmas, New Year onwards. Really, everything from New Year onwards. When you think of the 4-1 defeat at home to Brighton, losing against Villa at home, that was Southampton game before that. All of those games after New Year, we all realised we were definitely in the mire. So each week we were doing it, we were sort of saying, we've got to make sure that we do this, everyone be positive, do this. And we carried on that all the way through to the end of the season and the last game. And if you think back to games like the Wolves game, the Spurs game at home, the Chelsea 2-2, the Forest 2-2, and just making sure that we all were still positive and giving everything that we got. When Bournemouth actually final whistle went, it was all worth it because we'd all got there together. So hopefully it won't be like that all the way through, but we can't sort of just let it just glide along until New Year, until we actually realise that we've got to make sure every kick, every run, every goal, every point counts.
Well, football's like life, isn't it? I think your mistakes you've got to learn from. Otherwise, you're going to make the same mistakes again if you don't learn from them. That's the thing, and I think that's what we did. I don't think we learned from that relegation battle, and we literally just kind of had the same season, probably even worse, and ended up in the exact same situation. Where I feel like if you're going to go through lows, you've got to learn something from it. And generally, I do feel this season, Dyche will not take the foot off the gas. He'll be straight on it, and he'll know what's at stake. And he'll know these players can't come back with egos relaxed, like they've got 38 games and they're okay. He'll come back like he wants to pick up stuff straight away from game one and want to find this Everton team and find the form and find out who they are. And he'll just want us to get the ball rolling straight away, Sean Dyche will. So I do believe it's going to be different.
I think previous managers have come in and not had it made aware. They're not aware of actually how poor we were and the work that they actually had to do in order to get us somewhere. That's why so many of them failed. But Dyche obviously already knows that. You know, Frank had an idea, but he just didn't have the experience or know-how of turning it around.
For me, the subscribers as well, we'll give you all a shout out in a minute, and we do need you to play along because we need your lineups, we need your scores. It is just a good pre-match talk, so get involved in the comments and subscribers. I can see you coming on. But what I was going to say is I don't want to be in that situation. I do believe we can finish mid-table, but I do believe you've got to earn it. We played last season without a striker, and I believe with this season, with the players that look like they're coming in and with what we've already brought in, I think we look a bit stronger this season to be able to finish mid-table. Even higher, you always set yourself, like you're in a relegation battle, so you're not going to say Europa League. If you get mid-table and you're in that situation where you can get it, then fair enough, you crack on and anything's possible. But I've seen Decore tweet today saying it's a fresh start and stuff. They need to play and put the stuff behind them, but they need to come back all guns blazing for me. And I really do hope that they pull together. That's what they need to do as a team. This team needs to pull together as a pack now and say, right, we know where we've gone wrong. Let's put it right. I like just individual players like where Gallagher used to lose the ball a lot last season. Gallagher needs to say, right, last season, I don't like how much I lost the ball. I'm not going to do that this season. Onana, sometimes when he got lost in games, he needs to say to himself, right, if I find myself lost in the game, I'm going to just pump myself up just to get back into the game. And it's just like that with a lot of different players. They all know their individual weaknesses. And I just hope that they can put stuff right. Do you know what I mean? Put those weaknesses right this season.
Do you get the impression that they are together? That they are sort of gelling together and everyone's sort of pulling together to get us forward and get a few points on the board this season?
Yeah, I think the difference is, I think with Lampard, it felt like the players didn't have a manager. And I know that's crazy to say, but it felt like they didn't have a leader. I think Dyche is that head teacher, that leader. And I think the players, they don't feel like, under Lampard, I think the players felt like they was running the football club. Like they was in charge of Everton's destiny. Like it was all down to them, whether we won or lost, or our performances was down to the players, how they played. But now I do believe that Dyche has a plan and these players need to play to Dyche's plans. And that's the structure, that's the plan. And the players know what they're doing more now. They're more organised and they've finally got a manager that's going to give them good direction to do what we need to do this season. I feel, I've said it a lot, Dyche, I feel safe with Dyche this season. And I think the players will think that as well. I think the players will think he knows what to do. He knows how to get Everton right this season. So we just need to keep doing what Sean Dyche says. Don't think they had that under Lampard. So I think it's a complete different, well, what Sean Dyche just said, philosophy is trying to change the philosophy. And I think Sean Dyche definitely will do. I trust him 110% because I know he wants to keep this job because he keeps saying how big of a club Everton is. He's seen the stadium and he'll like his wages. So I know Dyche will be hungry to keep this job and he knows Everton are fast at changing the managers. So he knows from game one he can't get anything wrong. He said in that interview, they said, you feel more relaxed? He said no. And that's what I like. I do like that about him. But how do you feel on that?
That's the job, isn't it? I get the feeling that they are together as a unit. I mean, all the stuff that we sort of see isn't going to have them. It's not going to be pictures of them having a go at each other or anything, is it? But sort of off comments of the players, and when you see them in training and the pre-season games that we've had as well, everyone seems on the ball and they seem to have a decent shape about them. They seem to be defending well. We didn't concede a goal across pre-season, I don't think. So that was a good sign. Didn't score very many, but maybe that's the next bit to come forward with some of our signings.
Yeah, I think
Which
the
is nice.
signings, we'll have a little touch on that at the end. It does look like one player has been announced today. Do you want to say his name?
You mean you don't?
Shimmerty, isn't it? Shimmerty. They said Yusuf. They just
You
call him
know what?
Yusuf. Yusuf.
I've not heard anyone else say it yet, so I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I tried a song on him, Yusuf Shimmerty, but there's absolutely no chance. But there's
Maybe
loads of
Shatiti.
activity, Shimmertiti or something. There's loads of activity that's going on. Obviously, we've signed a young striker. He's been announced today. So it does look like the strike force might come in. With fingers crossed. But we've had a little bit of a talk there. I've given a little speech. You've given a little speech. We need to be on it. We need to be together. We need to not get on to the players, and we need to have a good season. I do not want Everton to be in a relegation battle this season. I do not want to. No, let's not do it. This season is what we want it to be. It's football. It is just a game of football, and these players should be professionally loved. We should have the players there to get us away from that relegation battle. And I come on, let's do it this time, Everton. No more. And these people that say, "Oh, Everton, you're going down this season. You're lucky. You're going down." I can't wait to prove them right. You are my motivation. I tell you, you really are my motivation, because they say we'll go down. We played without a striker, and we still stayed up. This season, there's players coming in. We've also got one in already. Dan Juma's come in. Young's coming to help the left back. I think there'll be 2-3 more signings. Everton will be on it this season. And I tell you something, we're not going to be in a relegation battle. We are not. I really do believe we're not going to be in one. You'll be pissed in about 10 minutes. I've already had water. Is that you, Paul?
But he's also going to have a shot every time I take a swig of my pint, apparently. Nice little bit of copper there tonight.
Let's give these people a shout out on the channel now. I think you put a few on the screen there already, haven't you? We've got Eugene in the house, absolutely top person. Always tells people to like and subscribe. We should probably more. He's probably like, you don't get enough subscribers on your channel. So if you can like and subscribe this, we've got a big season ahead of us. And we'd like you to follow us and keep commenting. And we always drop comments on the screen. We don't ignore them. We are in a relegation battle. We're in a dogfight season, different season under Dyche. I think Everton need a good cup run this season. I think that as well. Imagine if we won a cup after 2 relegation battles. Imagine.
Well, I mean, 95 was like that. God, we were bloody awful for a few seasons. Then, it was the Joe Royal season of coming back, keeping us up, and then won the FA Cup. And then Europe after that. So maybe we are turning a corner. That'd be really nice.
Anything can happen in football. If we can find some form and we can just keep this unbeaten run going, which we'll talk about in a minute. If we can keep this unbeaten run going, who knows what can happen? Football's crazy. If you get a group of players that pull together and are high in confidence, anything can happen. And I do believe that's what these players are going to do. Right. Let's get this started then. So the team that we are playing is Fulham, first game. And Fulham's pre-season friendlies, this has been, I'll just drop the results on the screen because we always look at the opposition. Me and Paul like to have a proper look at what's coming at us. Fulham's first one was, I've got the last 4 games. So we'll drop this one first. Fulham played Brentford first.
They've had a bit of a mix, a bit of a messy pre-season, apparently by all accounts. Not very consistent. I mean, three of their games were in that summer series off in America. So and you can't always tell everything from the pre-season, but looks as though they haven't had the best run of games.
Well, they beat Brentford there 3-2. And then they went on to lose against Villa 2-0. So that was the 2 results there. If you look at the team, it's a similar team to what we played at the end when they beat us. I mean, this is a team that did beat us. What was the score? 3-1, was it?
3-1, wasn't it? Yeah.
3-1.
Actually, they beat us last season, and they beat us 2-0 the season before that. Before that, we had the longest unbeaten home run against Fulham over God knows how many years. and then it's the last 2 seasons they've actually beat us at our place. So we need to get that back on track, don't we?
I'll get the other. Yeah, well, we need to get back to the old form then, if that's the case. I didn't know that, Paul, the stat man. We do need to get the old form back. I'm going to drop the last 2 games as well. So they played Brentford, Aston Villa, and then they played these other 2 games as well. They played some hard games, really, haven't they? Where we feel like we played a bit easier. They played quite solid games here.
Yeah, Villa and Chelsea, obviously no pushovers and stuff. Couldn't get a goal against Chelsea. Not surprised. I mean, Mitrovic has been out for a little bit as well. By all accounts, he's going to be playing tomorrow. But they have got a couple missing. They might have Pereira, who's a bit of a tricky player. He's supposedly going to be back in, but there's no guarantee. And Paulinia he's out.
Is William back in?
Is who? Sorry,
William. Oh, he's gone, hasn't he?
Has he gone to Saudi? Because there was talk about him going to Saudi, but then I couldn't see anything saying about it. I mean, going off a few sites and newspapers and everything, they expect William to be in the side. So, don't know.
Someone normally drops it in the comments, don't they? Anyone know about William? We're not sure on that one. No, I'm not sure. There is talk, so he might not be involved. I always look at... Do you know one thing I will say about this team, Paul? And I did it last time when they beat us 3-1. I look at them and I don't think they're that good. I look at Reed in midfield and I don't think he's that much special. I look at Wilson and think, just a player that's been around. And then I look at Reed. They look basic, but I tell you something, when they played us, there wasn't. And I feel like that was a mistake for me to take this team for granted, because generally they play a lot better than what they look like on paper, don't they? They play as a team, they're organised, they move the ball about well. Like I say, I thought there wasn't that good in the middle of the park, but they're quite creative, especially if that Paulinho that you just said.
Yeah, well, I remember the game from last season because we covered it on air, and it was one of those games where we played 2 in the middle. I think it was Ghana game, and then one other, can't remember who it was. And basically, Fulham played like a 4-2-3-1. And so they had lots of players in the middle of the park and just passed it around Ghana Gay, and might have been Decore, I can't remember. Might have been bloody Tom Davis,
They went down the right. A lot of the goals was down the right hand side. I remember as well. Was saying it.
They just played it around us. Went down the right hand side channel and then cut across, and they scored basically from left hand side or middle. And we weren't set up right. It was that kind of few months when we were testing what we should play with, and it wasn't great, and we had some people injured, and it might have actually been in the middle of a Decore suspension, I think, or something like that. So they were pretty bad times. You've got to remember that they will pass the ball very well, and we've got to stop them from doing that in our half. But they're not the strongest from set pieces, and I think we're getting better at that.
That might be something we can look at. We're going to look at Everton's team in a minute, and we want your lineups. Emma Davis has just said on the comment there, Mitrovic had his head turned by the Saudis, Williams staying at Fulham. So I really hope Mitrovic doesn't play because he is someone that we have struggled to handle. And Tarkowski's a big lad, but he had him frigging struggling. So Branthwaite could be an interesting one if he is playing, or he might use Keane on him, thinking Keane's more of a aerial threat. I'm not sure on that one. So that's the team that they've been playing. There we go on the screen there. They're a 4-2-3-1 like we used to be back in the day.
Yeah,
with Morelos and Pinar and all that lot. Which you feel
there's no stars in it. There's no stars in it, but they're a decent team. And they can pass the ball well, and they're quite well balanced.
That's what gets me. Like you say, you look at the paper and it doesn't look scary, but you've got to remember they do play as a team, and they're just so used to playing with each other that they move it about well. And I think if they 100% know how to play with each other, and if we don't, then we'll be in trouble. So we need to make sure we're on it this game. This is not an easy game, by the way. I just want to say sometimes when No disrespect to Fulham, but it's a team that we have over the years found easy to beat, isn't it? So you just generally think Fulham easy game, but it's not. It's not an easy game. They spanked us 3-1. So we have to take our game to them and treat them like they're better than us. Because if you go into this thinking it's going to be an easy game, you'll get spanked. You will. So I think Everton players, I'm sure Sean Dyche has said to them, this is an hard game. They beat you 3-1. Go and put it right. You beat them this time, but you'll need to earn it.
I think the days of us having any easy games or easier games have gone, for a little while.
Solid.
Just got to presume every game is going to be very tough, and we've got to be on our best to actually get the point.
Yeah, I completely agree. The Premier League is solid now. You're not going to get an easy game. Even Luton might end up being harder than Sheffield United. Right, so let's get to the business. Here we go. Let's get to... this is our form, by the way. I just want to put it on the screen. These are our results. To anybody that doesn't know, I mean, I've been telling everybody. To anybody that doesn't know, Everton are unbeaten. We haven't been beat since even before Bournemouth, wasn't it? We haven't been beat for a while now, have we?
No, we had a few draws, didn't we? Wolves was the penultimate game. We drew that one. So yeah, we're not in bad form going off the greens and the yellows. So
clean sheets there as well. I mean, the first game was 2-1. That was the first start of the pre-season. But then you look at pre-season, we got spanked under Lampard pre-season. We got battered against all those American teams that I didn't even know who they were. And we got beat like 4-0 and stuff like that. Where this pre-season, you look, we played Wigan. We scored. We didn't concede. Clean sheet. We normally would concede against Wigan as well. Then we played Bolton. It was 0-0. We should have won it. We was a better team, but I just don't feel we had the attackers on the pitch. Then we played Stoke 1-0, and then we Sporting, the biggest game of the lot. We ended up winning 1-0 as well. So our form is decent, isn't it?
It is, I think so. I got it wrong before. I thought we hadn't conceded all pre-season. One in the NA game. So, but everything else, I mean, if you go back, Bournemouth and Wolves to draw. Our last defeat was City. You know, we beat Brighton the game before that. We drew against Leicester. God, that was a game. If you look back at turning points, that penalty of that save of Pickford's from Maddison, you sort of go back to that. Before that, we'd lost 3 or 4 games, you know, and had a player sent off and everything. So, yeah, we turned it around and we're in a decent bit of form. So, a bit more positive for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm positive. I like our form, and I think we've got to carry it on. I know it's only friendlies and they mean nothing, but let's make those friendlies mean something and carry that form on and say from those friendlies, we gained a lot from that and went and took the same form into the season. That's what I want to do. Let's get to Everton here now then. Let's have a look. The team that we played last game, by the way, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe first of all, because we want this more Evertonians on the channel. But if you are new to the channel, what me and Paul do now is we'll say our lineup. We'll ask you in the comments to comment what your lineup would be. And then we want your score prediction as well. So this is very engaging, and we want you to get involved. We do it before every game, so it's quite fun. And it's good to look back on to see who was right as well. But this is the Everton team that played last at the bottom. So the lineup was... I'll just get rid of that banner for 2 seconds. So I can see Pickford. I can put it back on. There we go. The lineup was Pickford, Young, Tarkowski, Godfrey. This was against Sporting at the start. Patterson. Iwobi on the left, which was new. Onana, cracking game. Jamie will be smiling now. Garner-Gay, Decore, James Garner, and Calvert-Lewin up front. Now, the team could be different for this because we've heard that Calvert-Lewin was about getting minutes starting that game. And we're going to say what we think the team should be. And then we're going to ask what you think it should be as well. But that is just what it was last game to give you an idea. The players at the top there, I put options. They're all available. So you've got Mope. You've got Danjuma, who looks like he's back. He was on the training ground, wasn't it? It looks like he's available from what Dyche said. You've got
possibly.
Gomez, Dobbin, Mikolenko. He's just getting minutes under his belt, but I'd say he's available for this. Branthwaite, he come on half time. He's been getting as much game time as Godfrey. So Godfrey being there doesn't mean that Godfrey's the main option. Branthwaite has had the same game time as him. And then you've got Michael Keane, who hasn't been playing that much, but it's going to be an interesting one when we make our lineups now. And then I've got the goalkeeper there as well. That's the backup goalkeeper now. So Paul, give me your team, and I want people's teams in the comments as well. Start writing them now because it takes a while to type, and we appreciate it. We do like reading them and seeing what you Evertonians would like the team to be or what you think it's going to be. So if you can write up your teams now, we'll have a look and we'll go through them and see what we think. Me and Paul will, but we'll say ours first. So what you got there, Paul? I'm interested to see what it's going to be.
Well, Jordan, immense Jordan, obviously in goal. I'd go with the back four there, apart from Godfrey. So I'd go Ashley Young left back. I'd go Tarks alongside him. I would have Branthwaite, to be honest, instead of Godfrey, and I'd have Patterson right back.
So that's
I could see that being fairly regular back four, to be honest, in many of our games. I think that'd be solid enough. From
the Dyche press conference, when they spoke about Branthwaite, do you feel is that what you want, or do you actually feel that Dyche is going to make the step now and surprise us and put Branthwaite in instead of Keane?
I don't think it'd be a surprise because I think it's a toss up between Keane, Branthwaite, and Godfrey. I don't think, you know what I mean. I don't think there's any clear leading two of that four pack. The only person who definitely would be first choice would be Tarkowski, and he's vice captain now as well, so even more so. So alongside
it will get rid of the cling though, won't it? It will get rid of the cling, like, you know, where you think Dyche has still got that cling to Keane as a favourite for no reason. I think if Keane wasn't to start, you'd think to yourself, right, fair enough, Dyche hasn't got no cling to him now. It's who plays best gets that position.
I think it's I don't see many occasions, as it happened with one or two players. But if you're doing it in training, I think you get picked. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, last season he trusted Keane to get us through, but in that, you know, he didn't. I mean, Mina played the last few games, but he wasn't a fan of Cody. So hopefully this season it's a bit more of a relaxed, sort of settled side, and we can have a back four that doesn't change every bloody week. And I think Tarkowski and Branthwaite would be the two.
When I check that lineup, the first player that I'm going to look at on the team sheet, that's the direction I'm looking, is Branthwaite that you've just put in. That would be, it just gets you licking your lips a little bit, thinking, yes, this could be a bit more of a different season if Branthwaite's starting.
Yeah, I mean, it was only a pre-season, but watching the Lisbon game, there's just the poise about Branthwaite. He reminds me of Stones, but without
he does me as well.
On the edge of the box. Do you know what I mean? It's just like a composure about him, and I think that would go really well alongside Tarkowski. That'd be brilliant.
I think he's brought that back with him as well. I think he's gained a lot from that loan, and I generally don't want to set him back. I just want him to carry on from that loan with us. I don't want him on the bench to lose his confidence. I want him to... Right, so that's your defence then. So you've got Young, same as that, but you've replaced... That's a good thing about having it on the screen. You replaced Godfrey with Branthwaite. Your midfield, are you doing a 4-5-1?
I would. Yeah, I mean, it's 4-5-1 when you're defending.
Yeah.
I always like two attacking plays out wide, to be fair, but there you go.
Well, it is a 4-2-3-1, the same as Fulham's when you're attacking, isn't it, basically?
Yeah, well, the difference between Fulham and us is that they would have two sitting defenders, where we tend to have one, but we have the other two sort of alongside or just in front. So weight is there with Garner Gay, and he's our furthest one back. We've had that in the past. Sometimes we've had Garner Gay and James Garner alongside him, so we have had two in front of the back four. I think you've got to have enough people in the midfield against Fulham, particularly when they're a passing side, and that's where most of their passing goes through. So I I would. It's really tricky because you've got so many options now. But personally, I would have James Garner instead of Garner.
Well, Joe, he's gone risky. This is where it gets to the business now. People don't know.
I don't think that'll happen. I think Garner will be in there. James Garner is more likely to be on the bench or where he is there, to be honest, on the right-hand side in front of Patterson, because we know from the Bournemouth game and stuff, James Garner can actually play right back. And if we want Patterson bombing up the right-hand side, which you've seen him do in a few pre-season games, then we know James Garner can always cover. So I can understand that. I would probably, when we get someone on the right-hand side, that might be something that changes. When we get a right forward or right winger, that might be something that changes. I think what will happen is Garner will be on in the middle there and James Garner will be on the right-hand side. Personally, I'd have James Garner in the middle in front of the defence. Just
for a bit of that technical ability on the ball. You fancy James Garner a bit more than Garner Gay, because obviously you've got two engines there with Decore and Onana. You want a bit more of technical ability on the six.
The thing is, Garner Gay can't pass the ball more than 10 yards, to someone's feet. James Garner can ping it 50 yards. So when we get the ball in that kind of area where Garner Gay is there now, if James Garner was on that ball in that area, his first thought would be to hit those two channels, the first to the left forward or the right forward alongside DCL or whoever's playing up front. And I don't think Garner Gay can actually do that. He can win the ball back, but he can't then create an attack. He has to give the ball to Onana or Decore, who then starts an attack, or give it to a fullback who then starts an attack.
He's a bit like Alan, isn't he, really? He's a bit... Yeah. I feel Garner Gay is more effective when he pushes high and turns over the ball. I think that's Garner Gay at his best, when he's turning over the ball, when he reads it and reads what they're going to do, jumps onto the pass, gets us the ball back, and we hit the other team. I think that's Garner Gay. I don't think he's ever been that tackler in front of the defence, has he? He's not that sort of six, is he?
But what he has to do, though, is that he wins the ball back. I'll give him that. He wins the ball back, but he can't then create the attack himself. He'll have to give it to someone short, who then starts the attack. Whereas I think James Garner going forward can do the same job as Garner Gay, but he can also have that range of passing.
So you've got James Garner as the number 6, then Onana and Decore. Are you having them in, or are you moving them from the centre?
No, I'd actually have them 2 in, to be honest.
So you've got the same as what's there in the middle, but James Garner gone. You got right wing?
Right wing, I'd have a Wobie. So I would have James Garner in the middle.
In the 6, yeah, sorry.
Onana and Decore either side. I'd have a Wobie on the right-hand side, supporting Patterson. And I would have, on the left-hand side, if he's fit, I'd have Danjuma.
In his natural position on the left.
Definitely. And then if he is fit and he can play, DCL. And if not, then either the new fella or Dobbin.
What about Neil Mopé?
Let's bring him on.
I've got him right there next to Calvert-Lewin. I've got Neil Mopé perfectly positioned for you to swap for Calvert-Lewin.
Well, you know how much of a fan I am of Mopé. I bring him on for the last 30 seconds to be able to score.
Can the new player play this game? Has he signed on time?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
I'm not sure on that. I don't know about the times, but I know he has signed today. It's been revealed, but I don't know if he signed on time to play. We'll find out that tomorrow. I mean, put it in the comments as well. Everyone got loads of subscribers. Can the new player play or not? Has he signed on time? So that's Paul's team. I'll drop mine and we'll read out yours now. I don't think Calvert-Lewin's going to start. With what Sean Dyche has been like in the end. I want him to, and I don't see why he wouldn't, because Calvert-Lewin's come out and said he can start, and Sean Dyche has come out and said he's not ready yet. I hope Sean Dyche is bluffing us. Like, he likes the little bluff sometimes, doesn't he? He doesn't like to reveal his cards, and I hope that's the situation. Right, let's start let's get mine gone, and then we'll get yours in the comments gone. Jordan Pickford in goals. I'm going to go. I want Viagra in goals because I feel like he can get it up the pitch quicker. You know what I mean? But Jordan Pickford in goals. Patterson, right back. He's just there now, isn't he? You're not going to go no different. And Branthwaite as well. I want Branthwaite to just be the man this season. I really do. And I think why not give him the start to see if he can pick up that form and he just gets better and better and you forget about Michael Keane. If Michael Keane does come in, I want him to be coming in for Tarkowski if he gets injured, by the way, because I like a fast centre-back and someone that can head the ball and that's pretty solid. So I feel like if Michael Keane does come in, I feel like it's if Tarkowski gets injured, which we all feared the other day. So Branthwaite for speed, and Branthwaite's good in the air as well. He's kind of got everything. Branthwaite, Godfrey looks a bit better, by the way. I'm happy now. Just step it up. Be the player you need to be, Ben Godfrey, and give Branthwaite a bit of competition. Tarkowski, Ashley Young starts for me. A few people have been putting Mikalenko in there, but I generally do believe that Ashley Young has been so good, it would be stupid to leave him out when you're in that sort of form. Until he starts struggling, then you start thinking about Mikalenko. I don't think you should lose your position for Mikalenko should just get in there when Young's been playing well. It doesn't make sense.
I'd like to see. I'd much rather see Young up against Willian anyway.
Yeah, he can handle him. And he's got more composure. And I already said Ashley Young is composure just goes through your whole defence and it makes a whole defence better. So on to the next one, midfield. Do you know what? People say we ain't got a lot of players, but this isn't easy to pick who's in this midfield. And we haven't even yet signed Nonto. We haven't even signed... There's a few others that look like they're coming in. Dele Alli's not back either, so it's tricky already.
You've got 5 players there on the bottom half who can all play in the middle of the pitch. And the ones that the options on the top half, apart from Gomez, are all wide players.
Well, I was thinking this, Paul. If say we sign Nonto. And McNeil comes back because he is our second best left wing. Well, he is our best left winger.
Yeah.
So McNeil, you've got to remember, McNeil's not even in that. McNeil comes back, Nonto on the right. All of them are in competition with each other in the centre then. Iwobi's got a lot of competition coming now if we sign just Nonto. I tell you, he's got to really step his game up. I feel like there's a lot of competition in the squad coming just by signing a right winger here. And I feel like if Dele Alli comes in, Decore's got a lot of competition in that position as well. So
that's what you want.
Yeah. It is ideal. But people say we're buggered. We've got a thin squad. It looks pretty solid to me. I like what we've got there. I'm keeping it exactly the same. I'm keeping it exactly the same. And the reason I'm starting with this team exactly the same. And the reason I'm doing that is because, remember, a game is 90 minutes. Remember, the substitutes are as important as what's starting. If anything, they're probably more important, especially if you need the game to change, if you're 1-0 down or if you're just like 0-0 and you need to change the game. Like the fact that you can put Danjuma on for Iwobi or Danjuma on for Garner, Dobbin can come on to spice the wings up as well. Gomez can come on if one of them will get a yellow card. He's still there. Whether people like him or not, he can come on if one of them pick up a yellow card in the middle, which always happens, doesn't it, with Everton? I think Mopé will start up the top, but Calvert-Lewin will come on for him if that's the case, and hopefully it won't get left long. And like I say, the defence, there's plenty of options there. You've got Mikalenko waiting. You've got James Garner that can cover right back. There's plenty of options. I would stick with that exact same team. I think it played well against Sporting, and I wouldn't change it.
I think that keep a clean sheet.
It just looks energetic. When we just looked at Fulham's team and you said through the middle, we need to show loads of energy and don't let them pass the ball. I feel like when you look at that, that's solid. If it plays well, it's solid anyway. Right, let's get...
It's about key players being fit, and that's what we don't know yet. And we'll find out for definite tomorrow.
Well, I just hope they're all on it. Just don't frigging let us down. Be up for this game. Act like it's the last game of the season and you need to win it to stay up. Everything matters this season. Don't take the piss, these players, because We haven't been in 2 relegation. It's not nice on the fans. They need to do something for us now. They've put us in 2 really, really stressful seasons, and I want these players to make it up to us this season. So Paul Caswell has gone for... let's just remove this now. I'll remove it and let's just get his lineup.
Yeah.
Paul.
Back 4, same as me. Patterson, Young, Tarks, Branthwaite, and then middle 3 looks like of Garner. I presume Garner's the 6. I'll say 6. Defensive midfielder alongside Iwobi and Decore. Dobbin, Danjuma, and DCL up front. It's not a bad shout.
I wanted Danjuma.
There's no Onana there, Dan. I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh, I like Paul Caswell, so I can't really say anything. But I'm not happy he's not in the team. But Paul Caswell's the nicest guy ever, so I can't really say anything there. Jamie, nice, let's have a go with Jamie. Team will be Jamie knows.
So he's gone Keenan, Tarks, middle. Patterson right, Young left. Garner, Onana, Iwobi, Decore. I presume that's going to be the same then as they've got there. So he would just bring in Keane instead of Godfrey. Has he got everyone there?
Has he got a striker? He ain't got a striker, has he?
Hasn't got a striker, Jamie.
With DCL up top.
He has. He has. Who is it then?
Yeah, look, with DCL up top.
DCL up top. Fair enough.
I think Yusuf will make his... Eugene said he thinks he'll make his debut tomorrow. I hope he does. I can't wait to see the lad. Some people are saying he's a future player, which he is, but I generally, looking at the guy, 6, massive, big lad, looks confident in the interview. I tell you something, I'd put him on.
Yeah.
I'd put him on. I would risk it. It's just got those attributes where if you're going to play long balls into the box, you don't need to... Well, he says he is fully fit, but you don't need to be Dyche fit to knock a couple of headers in. I want to see it.
Injury time, headed winner.
Oh, imagine us Everton fans if he comes on and scores. That would be amazing. But I hope he comes on and gets the 5th goal for us to win 5-0. That's what I am hoping.
It'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Emma Davis, let's get onto this one. We do interact with all the people in the comments. That's the good thing. You Everton fans get to put your lineup and your scores on this channel. We have a little get-together before and after the game. Pickford, Patterson, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Young, Iwobi, Dukes, Onana, Garner, Danjuma. Oh, so there's a little bit of a twist there. I take it that's Iwobi in the middle then. And DCL.
That's a good... maybe just going from left to right. Dukes and I don't know actually. Iwobi could be left hand side, Danjuma right hand side. You'll have to tell us, Emma. Actually, let's have a little look. She might have said.
I could be wrong. That's the thing. Sometimes you don't know the formation.
So Emma, if you think, I presume it's DCL up front, and it could be a 5, or it could be Danjuma and DCL up front.
Any more? What you
imagine
think?
Having 2 strikers on the pitch working together. Jeez, not had that for ages.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I am buzzing for this season. I want to put it right. I really do want them to make it. I honestly wish I had a job in that changing room with some of those players, because I know how to get those players good. I really do know, and I know they need pushing. They've got it. They just need to iron out the mistakes and be the best players in them. And I tell you something, they can do it. But you can't let them take the rip out of us this season. They've got to be on it every game. I don't want them to look like they're not arse, because sometimes you get that way. You look at each other when the ball's gone in the back of the... No, we've got to be good this season.
Well, I don't think we've had a mascot, have we, for a while? Have we had a mascot since Chang the elephant?
Well, we had the unicorn. That's about it.
That's you,
Mr. Testicles. Mr. Testicles. We need a new mascot. If you was to have an animal as a mascot for Everton, what animal would you have?
You'd want something fierce.
I like lions, but then a lot of people do use lions, don't they? Like Hull and all that lot.
Yeah. I don't think we ever had an animal as the thing.
It's not our style, is it?
No. You said have the toffee lady go around the edge of the pitch before the game, throwing Everton mints at everybody.
It is more the toffee lady that goes around into. I suppose they'll bring that back. Paula Hill, Pickford, Patterson, Young, Tarkowski, Godfrey, Onana, Gay, Awobi, Dobbin. I like your style.
Lots of love for Dobbin.
The way he's played this pre-season, I can't say no to anyone putting him in the squad. It's just whether I think he will get that chance. Would you? Yeah, I think it'd be a cracking.
Or bring him on. You know,
when the game's getting tired and Fulham players, defenders are thinking they want a bit of a break later on, I think if you put him against them, he'll be super effective. And I think he's a cracking weapon. And he, like I say, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to get in that team, and you ain't going to be able to take him out if he's smashing goals in this season. I already messaged Lewis Dobbin underneath his tweet. He put something, and I messaged underneath saying, "This is your chance. This is your big chance." Because McNeil's injured now as well. I don't think he'll get a better chance to make his point in the first team than what he's going to get now. And it's a perfect chance for Lewis Dobbin, because I do believe he was going to go out on loan, and he's done well pre-season. He needs to carry it on. Let's have a look at the comments. That's all of them, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like it. Although Jamie thinks you look like Zohan.
Who, me? Got dance moves.
No, I don't know who Zohan is.
If I'm Zohan, I'm the one with the long blonde hair from Marley and Me. What's his name?
What, Owen Wilson?
Yeah, I'm Owen Wilson, and you're the other one. You're the one from Meet the Fuckers. What's his
Jennifer
name?
Aniston.
You're the one from Meet the Fuckers. Which one's his name? Is it Ben?
What, Ben Stiller?
Who's the one? The one from My Parents, the parents one.
Isn't that Ben Stiller?
Yeah, Ben Stiller. Guy. So you're Ben Stiller then?
Oh, thanks for that.
Well, he's just had me. That is the film that he's on about, Zohan. It's got them two in it as a double act.
Oh, is it? All right, okay.
And one's got blonde hair with curls. I'll be him. And then the other one, like you said, Ben, he's got the brown hair. So I'm just going on hair color. That's it. Tag team. We'll dress as them. We'll dress as them.
I'm gonna get the haircut soon anyway, so I'll change that.
You get mine cut as well. You get mine. Well, we'll get it fresh for the game tomorrow. Don't worry. Right. So, people in the comments, we're coming to an end now. It's an hour. It's normally what we do. We have a good little Everton get together here. Paul has his beer. I have my water. Sometimes I have a beer if we're doing well. Right. So, in the comments, we're going to do score predictions. You know how this works. We're at the end now. Paul's going to give his score prediction. I want the score, and I want who's going to score. I go specific. It's a full-on bet builder, this is. So, have a proper think about this. Let's try and get them right. Later on in the channel, me and Paul said we will get what you predict in the comments, and we'll have a review on it. So it'll go into a system. So that's what we're looking to do on the channel, to make it a bit more fun and go back to it and look who was right and look who's doing well this season on predictions. So we will do that. But Paul, what's your score and who's scoring?
I don't think it's going to be anything elaborate. I think first day, no one wants to lose. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't surprise me where the first half's just going to be completely dull and ends up being 0-0 half time with hardly any shots. But it's not a problem. I think we're going to win 1-0. I think
1-0.
We're going to win 1-0.
And who's your goal scorer?
I think it'd be a penalty. And I think
if he's on, if he's not on, who's scoring?
That's it. If he's playing, so I think it could be. Oh, that's a good question.
Well, it's not Mopé for you because you ain't got him on, but he would normally take a penalty. I'd say.
God no. That is a good question. Who would take the penalties? I'm going to go penalty DCL then. I'll go penalty DCL.
Yep, you can do it while he's on.
Yeah.
So 1-0 DCL.
He's going to play some part, to be fair. So, yeah, 1-0 DCL for me.
Right, I've got to get this right. I've got to beat you. Here we go. I'm going for competitive starting already. I'm torn between 4-1 Everton and 4-0 because I don't think we'll concede. But then I'm going to give them a goal if we're scoring 4 because I generally do believe we're going to get a surprise this game. and it's going to be, whoa, Everton, 4 goals, catch everyone's attention a little bit. One of those Brighton games. So I'm going to go 4-1. I'm going to put a goal in for them if we've had 4, like a consolation one. I'm going to go 4-1. Bloody hell, this is where that gets the hard part now. I actually need to name the scorers. 4-1, I'm going to go for Onana. He's definitely going to score. I think he'll get another. He's going to surprise people. So Onana, Calvert-Lewin, Danjuma, and Branthwaite. Always the optimist, Dan. Yes, I am. No, I generally do think. I think Branthwaite's going to score a header. He's going to carry his form on that loan. I think Onana, he's scored. He'll get another goal. I think Danjuma is going to score his first game. Of course he is. So they're my goal scorers. They are my goal scorers. For them, probably be that Wilson guy or someone like that again, won't it? It'll probably be that. Yeah, he scored last time. So 4-1, and they're my goal scorers. I might even put a bet on it, £5. I'll probably get about £2,000 for that, won't I? 4-1 with all those goal scorers. Probably more than that.
Not bad. So Anana's going to score, is he?
Yeah, definitely. I think he will. His confidence is up. I think he'll smash one, and I do. And the thing is as well, that Liverpool, what's his name, Casado has just said that he doesn't want to go Liverpool and wants to go Chelsea. So I think centre midfield week. That's what it's going to be. Highlight of centre midfielders, and Onana's going to shine to prove that he's better than all of them. So Onana's going to score.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, that'd be ideal. That'd be perfect, wouldn't it? Pretty much.
I hope I'm right.
So do I.
Here we go. So yours is more realistic though, but you never know with Everton, do you? They might surprise his own first game. That's what we need, a good bounce. Paula.
Well, I was gonna say actually another stat, and you'll all hate me, but it is a stat, so I'm gonna say it. Fulham haven't won an opening day game for 10 years.
Exactly. That's why it's going to be 4-1. We're going to spank them. We're going to absolutely spank them. We're going to start the season 4-1, and the next game we're going to smash on. Everton needs to be good this season. I'm not taking no crap. I really ain't. We're going to smash it this season. We need to put it right. Yeah. I've waited all this pre-season friendly for us to get this moment now to put things right and people not to set the piss out of us. So let's have a good game and 4-1 and just say to everyone, yeah, 4-1. Come on. Right, Paula Hill. Your score is Everton to win 2-1. Dobbin. I think Dobbin's won someone over here. Dobbin and DCL to score. Well,
I'd love Dobbin to get the winner. Dobbin getting the winner would be ideal, wouldn't it? That'd be really good.
Imagine if we got a hat trick. I'm going over the top now. Paul Caswell, 3-0. DCL, Danjuma and Dukes. I like it. Decore is one that I nearly put in mine. He could score. See, people say, where's the goals going to come from? I think everyone's going to be trying to get one. On to the next one. Emma Davis. This is a Paul score. Bit more on your sort of level here.
Yeah.
1-0.
I mean, saw it a lot last year, didn't we? I was watching City's first goal before, and they were doing a lot of crossing to the back post and then nodded it back across for Haaland. I think we did that a lot with Tarkowski last season, wasn't it? Lots of corners, free kicks, everything else was going to the far post. Tarkowski heads it back across, someone's there. So why not just edit in this time? That'd be perfect. That'd be good.
I could see that happening. It's a good shout. Tarkowski had a typical Everton, that would be, wouldn't it? 1-0 Tarkowski. Was it Arsenal Tarkowski 1-0? It was, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah. That's when the stuff happened. So yeah, it was a good moment. You brought back good flashbacks.
McNeil set it up as well. McNeil took the corner, so it was the 2x Burnley lads.
Can actually relax and think about last season now, and everything was massive when you think back. All those moments, right? Jamie, do you know this, Jamie? I've never heard of him before.
No, new subscriber, I think.
Is he a new subscriber? Shout out to Jamie Wharton, new subscriber. He's been commenting all the way through. Absolute class guy. He's he smashed you up, so you would remember him. But he didn't do very well with me in the doubles and wasn't happy to be partnered with me. Right, 2-1. Wilson, Onana, Dukes. Yeah, similar to me on their goal scorer, Onana and Dukes. Danjuma assist. Sneak that in as well.
I like that.
Let's have a look if we've got any more predictions. Drop your predictions, the score predictions in. Here we go. I wonder where he was, Mr. Jones.
Jonesy's got one.
1-0 DCL. Same
Great
as yours.
minds. Great minds, you see.
And that is all of them, isn't it? I think everyone's joined in now with the score prediction. So this is the first pre-match of the season. I can't wait to see what happens. I just can't wait for an Everton football match now. It's tomorrow as well. We go to sleep and Everton play tomorrow. And we can talk about it now because we've covered everything. We're up to the hour. We've got 4 minutes left. We do look like we are going to sign some good players here, don't we?
Well, the talk on Nonto, is that how you say his name, Nonto?
Yeah, it's like a silent G, isn't it? It's Nonto.
Yeah, Leeds came out with a statement apparently today or earlier on, saying that he was told and his representatives were told that they wouldn't be selling him in the summer. And that's when he's said that he's unable to play in the League Cup. And then he was told it again. So he's told them that he's not able to play in their next league game. And Leeds say that he's not for sale. But if the player don't want to play for you, usually there's only one way that it tends to go. So
well, I'm already seeing Leeds.
Hopefully it goes our way. And it's sorted out nice and quick.
It looked like the deal wasn't going to happen with him because Leeds was definitely not selling him to us. And we needed Nonto to make the move, the push. And obviously he's had his strop, which isn't good. You probably shouldn't do. But at the end of the day, it benefits us because we want him. And that's kind of triggered the move now. I've seen Leeds fans smashing keyrings up with Nonto on the keyrings and stuff. Not happy. I do feel that I've seen him smash the keyring up. So I do feel that it's got to the situation now where Leeds fans have turned on him anyway, so he can't stay at Leeds. He has triggered the move. It's just that Everton need to get that moving quick now because other teams are interested, as we know, a few other teams. I don't want these teams that have just come in with loads of money because they've sold players to go in for him. So I want to get this deal done. The latest news on Nonto was that we offered 20 million. They said no. We've gone back with 25 today. That is the latest news. Bill Kenwright haggling. Don't mess this up, Bill. So that's the latest news on him. The other news is that there's a PSG striker named Kitty or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Young kid, really, really got loads of potential. I think he's really good. I do. 30 million, but it's a loan with the option to buy. He played for PSG as well. He does look like a talent, and he's young as well. This seems to be the new philosophy for Everton is to go for young players because they're cheaper, and obviously we've just got to coach them to be what they need to be.
Yeah, there was a group of younger players in PSG who were either being put up to the first team squad or were being moved on, and he's one that isn't being moved up to the first team squad, so he's being moved on. But there's lots of teams who are interested. It's not just us.
He's a bit more of a tricky one.
I read a tweet earlier on because Dortmund were interested, but apparently Dortmund have been rejected. But that's where we're up to. It's just
it's down to him
and everyone else just saying what they think.
Yeah, I don't. Well, we have signed a striker. He's young. I do think he'll get his chances. I think we're going to sign another striker that's more experienced, whether it's the PSG one or whether it's someone we don't even know. I do feel someone else is going to come in. Nonto will be good. I'd love to get to the Southampton lad. I wanted him last time, Salamana, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I think he's cracking. He destroyed Liverpool. What a player. I'd love to get him as a loan to buy from South. Still loads of stuff. This window is only just starting, I tell you. This is the moment the window becomes active now when the season starts because people start panicking, signings start happening, and squads start getting we've got too many here. We need to thin the squad. Loans happen. And this is where the window will get busy. People don't like that it takes till now to get busy, but it is till now. This is the moment that the window will get active, won't it, Paul?
Yeah, imagine what it's like. You know what it's like now. Imagine what it's going to be like on deadline day.
We'll have to go live on that.
It'll be absolutely ridiculous by that point.
This one will be busy. Score there, 2-0. John Foster, get it in. Tarks and DCL, I like it. A lot of Everton. No one said Everton lose either, so I love it. Jamie is commented there as well. Channel champion here today. I retired my forward Mashiri, man. Well, he's had to. He tweeted today, Jamie did, saying, because he's popping that picture on a Mashiri. If you need a striker, I'll get a striker, Mashiri. But he can't really say that now because Mashiri's got a striker, so he's retired that. And he's not.
I don't think it was quite. How long was it? I don't think it was quite the short amount that we were promised, but we've got something. We don't know quite what we've got yet, but we've got something.
We'll end up with a few. Emma Davis here, just dropping the comments. I love that people comment all the time. I like the channel to be very interactive with Evertonians. We'll end up with a few free agents when the window closes. And Mr. Jones has just commented as well, saying we had a lot of injuries as defenders last season. I'd like to sign another centre back. It would be a luxury. I would as well. I would as well. Oh my days! The season is starting tomorrow, Paul. All this transfer malarkey and stuff. Finally, we can crack on and get to business. We will do the pre-match. We're at the end now. We will do a pre-match the day after the game. We like things. Post-match. Sorry, the day after the game, and we like to let things cool down a bit, don't we? So we can give a proper analysis of the game, and we'll go through all the game after. Like and subscribe. This channel is on. It's only been going for about half a year or something like that. And
just nearly half a year.
Nearly half a year, and we're on 340 subscribers. That's absolutely amazing. And we just generally, because the feedback that me and Paul get from the subscribers, and we let you on the channel, and it's amazing to know how amazing you are. We generally want more and more Evertonians on this channel because we just love to get to know you, and we like to hear what you're going to say about Everton before and after games. So like and subscribe. We need to build this channel and get it around. If you've been on this channel, hit the like button on this. I want it. If it's got 20 people on, I want it to get 20 likes, because then it just floats the stream around to other Evertonians, and then you'll get more friends Evertonians in the comments. So it's just do that. It's so simple. It costs nothing. Just like and subscribe. We've got to get to like 500 subscribers. Last words then, Paul, before tomorrow.
Excited. It's already started, and it'll start for us properly tomorrow. So I'm waiting for everyone to enjoy all their rituals. You know, what you're gonna wear, make sure that's sorted. Where you're gonna go for your pint, what you're gonna do before the game, how you're gonna watch the game, all of that. So probably be another long one, but it'll be an enjoyable one. So thanks for enjoying it with us.
Up them toffees. Right, let's drop the banner. Have a boss night, everyone. Big game tomorrow. Can't wait to do a post-match on it. Up the fucking toffees, everyone.